Hi there and welcome to episode 17 of our Minecraft Survival Let's Play series. In the last episode we built this lovely little item sorting system, but you may notice that there's a big chasm underneath us. So what I've been doing between then and now is excavating all of this area here. I've not quite finished off the walls, I just had to go back and get some more stone bricks, so I'll finish those in just a sec. And we've got loads of iron at the moment. We're up to 4 chests full of iron. 4 double chests full of iron, so that's all coming along very nicely, but today what we're going to do is do some sort of garbage collection, or what would you call it, like a overflow protection system. Oh, there's some more iron coming into that chest there. So yeah, we're going to have some sort of overflow protection system for each one of these chests. And I've been working on a design which is 1 or 2 blocks wide. It kind of ties into the actual item sorting mechanism here. So the idea is that you can have one right next to the item sorting mechanism for each item sorter, and you don't have to use any more space. Now, I've not seen anything quite like the design that I've got in mind on the internet at the moment. I'm not saying that I'm the first, because generally more people have done this than me in the past, but I can't actually find my design anywhere, so we're going to go with that. And the cool thing about the design that I've come up with is it's actually tileable. So you can have one right here, and you don't actually need this gap here. If you use trap chests, you can have another one right next to it. So that's kind of cool. But anyway, I'm going to go away now, and I need to finish off doing the bricks down on the bottom row down here. And then we're going to crack on and build one of these garbage collection kind of overflow protection systems. So I'll see you in just a sec. Okay, our beautiful open chasm is all looking good down there. So let's get started with the first one of these overflow protecting systems. So the first thing that we need to do is sort out a system whereby we check that this top chest here is full. So for that, we're going to build with iron blocks here because we've got so much iron now. We're going to need a redstone comparator here, so let's shove that down there like that, and that is going to then go into a few blocks down here into another redstone comparator just here, so it's out of the way of this actual sorting mechanism, and we'll hook that up like that. So at the moment this chest is nowhere near full, but when it gets full it's going to trigger this. So we're going to put this into subtraction mode, and to enable that in subtraction mode we're actually going to then take a current down from here, and we're also going to power a block there, and this current is going to go all the way up, and it's going to come back on itself here. And I can't quite remember how many it needs to go up, but I think that we need to go to here. I'm not 100% on this, but we'll figure this one out soon. So that is the first part of our circuit. So essentially this block here will only be powered, and I can put a redstone torch there to tell me when it's powered, if this chest is full. So if I were to break this redstone now, oh no, essentially you have to take my word for it that when this chest is full, this redstone block will be powered. So the next section is to actually do something with that power then. Essentially we'll need to split out the next chest down, so I'm going to have to build some more scaffolding around here and figure that one out. Okay, so I've made some very rudimentary scaffolding here with iron blocks, and all we really need to do with this power is power up to around about here, where we need to figure out where we're going to put this next chest down. So we're going to take hoppers down here. Right, now bear with me, and this is obviously going to fill itself up because of this chest now, but once this hopper gets to here, we're going to have another chest below it, and so let's put another chest there. We're going to need some more scaffolding. 1, 2, 3. Right, so we are going to need another chest just here, and also it's going to be a double chest, so it's going to be there as well. And essentially we're going to power a hopper that comes out of here, and we're going to have another hopper out of there as well. So one of these hoppers is going to be powered, which is this one, so that's not getting anything in it anymore. This hopper, on the other hand, will not be powered, and that will never be powered. So stuff can always flow through this hopper. Now the idea behind this is, actually I've done this wrong, this hopper needs to come out, point outwards. So we'll put a hopper there, and we need to go downwards, and we can't at the moment. There we go. Let's go down here and build a little bit of a bridge, and we need to break this hopper like so, and build a bridge out again. God, I'm making such a mess of this room now. It was so pretty before this. Right, and we're going to put a hopper there, and then we're going to demolish this hopper. And so essentially this hopper will always have stuff going into it. This hopper won't until that top chest is full. So what we need to do with this hopper now is have another chest here, and this chest will form the start of our actual row of chests. The rest of the chests will come below this one. This hopper here will go down and will go into a kind of exiting system, which will be around about here, I'd say. So let's just put another hopper there for now, and that is pretty much all we actually need. So I'm going to tidy this up a bit and then give you a brief overview of actually what's going on. Okay, so let's go through this one step at a time, shall we? So when this top chest here gets full, it's obviously emptying right now because we just built a load of stuff below it. When this chest gets full, it'll put enough of a current through this comparator here to compare with this comparator, which is in subtraction mode, which is currently taking a signal from this redstone torch all the way up here. And so when those two are slightly different, but not different, as in 0, it will depower this torch, so this torch will turn off, which will stop the current going down here, and that will lead the current along the bottom there, which goes into that hopper there, and that will switch that hopper off. So when that current switches off, then items can freely flow through that hopper, and they'll essentially go into the bin. Now, that is how things work. So what I think I'll do to better demonstrate that is I'm going to go across to a flat world now and show you this on its own. Okay, so here is my flat world with a load of random creations including a big cathedral of sorts over there that isn't loading. But essentially this is our mechanism at the moment. So here are the hopper lines going across the top. There is the item sorting system, and in here we actually have loads and loads and loads of iron. So at the bottom there's just a load of junk in that chest. So what we have is this chest, when it gets to not quite full, because there's a few bugs which I'll come into in a second, but when it gets to this amount of full, it will power this comparator here just the right amount to switch this signal off. When this signal goes off, it will stop the power going to this hopper here, and eventually items will come out of this item hopper at the bottom there. So at the moment this is full just for comparison purposes, so if I shove in 11 iron ingots there, we'll see that power has turned off, and in a second or so that power will switch on again when that gets to the right amount of full, and we'll see 11 iron ingots in that hopper there. If on the other hand we were to say let's take 32 out of this hopper, then the items will flow and we'll lose items out of here. So then once this fills up again, we'll see that get up to 64, and then that will stop flowing, and this will stop flowing as well, so that's sat there on 41. If we put 64 in there, then eventually 32 will go into this chest and fill it all up again, and then another 32 will go down into the exit hopper down there. So that is where the items go. So there's the R32, all sorted. And this is all tileable. You can put another one right next to this, and the only difference is you'll actually have two inputs into this comparator here, because obviously you'll have something that goes up like this, but that doesn't really matter because it's a subtraction comparator anyway. So that's how it all works. What I'll do now is I'll go back to my other world and let's go back to the other world, single player, survival, and let's actually build the rest of these contraptions and actually tidy this place up a little bit, because at the moment that is a complete mess. Okay, in an effort to clean out these chests, I can already see that this is working perfectly. I've got these few empty slots here, and we've actually got a few items down in the bottom chest there, because this chest down here is full and so is this chest. So if we were to put, say, let's just get 18, shove them in there, then we can see that that current down there is turned off, and in a couple of seconds that current will turn back on when the 18 have all gone, and we'll get 18 in that chest there. So it's all working absolutely perfectly. Now, I did say that I'd touch on why there are a few gaps here. We could fill this chest right up to the brim, in which case you'd normally have like 64 units in each stack, plus 63 in this one. However, depending on how fast your computer or server is, sometimes you can get a couple of items come in at the same time. See, at the moment we've got one item left in this hopper here, which you don't really want, but sometimes you can actually end up with 3 or 4 items stuck in this hopper because it goes very fast. It goes far too fast to actually go through. So I've left those 3 blocks empty there, because then you can go up to 3 or 4 or even 3 stacks worth of items depending on how fast your machine is. So that's the only reason for that. It's just a little bit of a lag safety issue really. Right, so I said I was going to sort this thing out and I've barely even touched the surface. This chest is still slowly emptying and my inventory is absolutely full of iron ingots, so I'm going to have to sort this out. I'm going to need some more hoppers and I'm going to need some more chests. I've got 1 hopper on me. Great. Alright, I'm all done there. And the nether is getting really dangerous at the moment with those ghasts and the amount of fire and the amount of lag that's in there. But it's all completed now. So all of these are all hooked up. That's not in subtract mode. Now it is, so that's great. So that's all sorted. And these end 3 now, 1, 2, 3, don't actually do anything anymore. The problem is that if we can't actually have multiple columns dedicated to one resource. So we previously had iron in the first 3, then it was poppies, and then it was anything. So we can't do that anymore, so it's just going to be iron, poppies, anything, until we sort out something else to filter in this system. So they're just going to stay like that for now. They go straight down instead of pointing into the comparator like these 2 do. So you can see there. So that goes straight down instead of going into the comparator, and they're going to stick like that until we figure out something else to do. Now, the only thing we have left to do is sort out something to do with this this big long train of hoppers here. So at the moment they just go into the wall there, but we're going to want to do something with these, so we're going to want to do some sort of garbage disposal. So if I just... Oh no, I fell. Okay. Oh well. So we're going to want to bring these down here to the bottom somewhere, and then we'll have to figure out something to do with them. Possibly bring them around the back here and have like a little pool of lava. That might be quite cool. We'll have a think and see what we can come up with. Okay, so here's our dropper, sat there doing not a lot at the moment. It's not even got anything in it. So that's hooked up to all of the outlets for the overflow protection. So all we need to do now is actually hook this dropper up so that it actually does something. And to do that, what we need is not a lot of redstone. We basically need to put a comparator, which we still have, coming out of the dropper. And then that will go into a repeater. We'll go into a block first, and then a repeater, and then another block. Cobblestone will do nicely. And then finally a brick block, which will go here. Another repeater, and finally a brick block and another repeater there. And that's all we really need to go in there. So essentially what happens is, as soon as that dropper gets something in it, so I can demonstrate with an iron ingot there, it will fire off all the repeaters and kick that ingot out. And the reason that you have to go round there is so that if you put 20 in, well, we'll put 2 in for now, that it actually fires both of them out. So if we put, say, 5 in there, then it won't have any problem. 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go, it won't have any problem spitting everything out again. So I'm just going to tidy this up a little bit, and back in a sec. Okay, there it is. I've moved it down a little bit. I've moved it down 1 block and into the wall as well, so it looks a little bit neater. Obviously the back of the wall just behind all these hoppers is a little bit dirty. There's some dirt and some sandstone, all sorts of crap behind there that we'll need to sort out, but this works like a dream. So if we put 7 blocks of iron in there, for example, then any second we should get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there's a little bit of a bug there, but we can sort that out. I imagine that's something along the lines of this. We'll sort it out quite nicely. This will also stop people from being able to climb out of there, which might not be ideal, but sometimes you need to stop people from getting out of the lava trap. Well, they can always go up there, can't they? So let's try that again. 7 blocks of iron, and check the count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Awesome. So that works perfectly now. All we need to do is fill that with lava. One thing I'm going to check actually is, let's just shove those 7 blocks into there. Make sure that they get all the way down to the end. I can't see there would be any issue with that, but may as well check it anyway, just to make sure. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Awesome. Fantastic. So that entire system works perfectly. May as well just put a little bit of... Oh no, I've run out. Uh-oh. Tell you what, what'll be a little bit neater is if we remove those 2 blocks, shove one over there, and then... Oh, we've got brick in our inventory, like so. Maybe? I don't know. Something like that. Anyway, that looks beautiful. Maybe some iron blocks instead. Where are the iron blocks gone? Ah, perfect. I'm happy with that. Let's not go overboard now. Anyway, we need to go and fill this up with lava, and then we're done. So let's go and find some lava buckets. These trips to the nether are getting damn dangerous. Anyway, we have our lava now, so let us begin. 1 there. 1 there. I got 9 buckets just so that we could have it nice and neat. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whoops, nearly lost those. 8, and last one, 9. Fantastic. So there it is. There is our junk system, or our overflow system, all sorted for 5 different types of goodies. So let's see where we're up to in terms of iron now. So we've got 1, 2, nearly 3 chests full, but that's actually full anyway, so we're nearly up to 4 chests full now. So we'll have to actually start thinning out the iron soon. We'll have to start making some iron blocks or something. So we may need some chests down there. Let's just go and do that. Oh, we don't have any chests left. Okay, never mind then. So I think we'll bring the episode to a close here anyway. We've done quite a lot today in terms of these overflow systems. Maybe in the next episode we'll try and think of some way of, I don't know, using the rest of these chests. Because at the moment it's a little bit of wasted effort. And yes, there is still a leak here because the water is just above here, which caused no end of issues. I should probably do something to protect against that coming into all this redstone now, but I'll save that for another time as well. And yeah, it all looks really good. So, as ever, I'll say thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye bye now.